Wang and Huang, Quan and Guan, Li and Li. These Chinese American last names may have different spellings, but they're actually the same. Take my family, for example. My great aunts and uncles spelled their last name L-E-E, but my parents spell it L-I. Let me explain. First, remember that Chinese has hundreds of dialect variations that all sound pretty different. For example, let's eat in Chinese can be
来吃饭
来吃饭
我吃糜吧
and that's just 3 dialects. So what happens in a country where everyone is speaking a variation of a language and not everyone understands each other? Chaos. Well, sort of. Back in the day when Beijing was still known as Peking, China hadn't yet fully adopted Mandarin as its official language. In the 1940s, most government officials used Mandarin, but many other dialects were also alive and well.
食饱未？
你好吗？
今天看起来袂歹哦。
你今天看起来气氛很好。
暗时9點45分見面哦。
Because there was no one dialect that everyone used, there was also no agreement on how to translate Chinese characters into a Roman alphabet for Westerners to pronounce. A couple of British Jews did create a phonetic alphabet to understand Mandarin called the Wei-Giles system, but was never officially recognized in the country. As a result, the earliest Chinese immigrants to the United States wrote their last names based on the dialect they spoke. Say Quan if you spoke Cantonese, or Guan if you spoke Mandarin. But then Mao came to power, and he strengthened Mandarin as the national dialect, making it the standard language of education for all of China.
从今天开始，我们统一说普通话。
He then got one of his own guys to create a phonetic alphabet, and that became known as Hanyu Pinyin. Once China had an official alphabet for spelling, Peking became Beijing, Nanking became Nanjing, Canton became Guangzhou. The cities' actual names in Chinese did not change, just the Western spelling. By the way, China aside, Taiwan still uses a mix of Wei-Giles and Pinyin spelling, while Hong Kong still speaks Cantonese and uses Cantonese spelling. All this brings us back to Chinese names in the US. Based on the spelling of those names, it gives you a clue about the origin of the family. Like the Lees, who emigrated from China before 1958, they spelled their last name L-E-E. But my parents, who immigrated from China after the Pinyin alphabet, they spell their last name L-I. Same goes for many others, such as Lam and Lin, Chow and Zhao, Ying and Wu. Same family, different spelling, and now you know.